Welcome back, curious minds. Today we're diving into the dark corners of history and the mysterious workings of the human brain. Buckle up, because things are about to get weird. 1. Refrigerators are magnetic because kids used to die inside them. The danger posed by early refrigerators was significant. These appliances were essentially airtight boxes that could only be opened from the outside. This design flaw led to tragic accidents where children, often playing hide-and-seek, would get trapped inside and suffocate. The Refrigerator Safety Act of 1956 in the United States addressed this issue by making it mandatory for refrigerators to be able to be opened from the inside. This legislation significantly reduced such accidents and is a prime example of how product safety regulations can save lives. 2. Charles Bonnet syndrome is a fascinating condition that can cause detailed visual hallucinations in people with significant vision loss. These hallucinations are purely visual and can involve complex scenes, including people, animals, and landscapes. Interestingly, the person experiencing the hallucinations is fully aware that they are not real. This condition highlights the brain's incredible ability to generate complex visual imagery, even in the absence of visual input. 3. The idea that brain activity may continue for a short period after clinical death is based on some studies that have recorded brain activity after the heart stops. This phenomenon, known as the Lazarus phenomenon, could potentially allow an individual to hear or be aware of their surroundings for a brief period after being declared clinically dead. However, it's important to note that this is still a highly debated topic in the scientific community. 4. The hypothesis of awareness after decapitation is based on studies that have recorded brain activity in rats for about 4 seconds after decapitation. While this might seem shocking, it's important to note that this doesn't necessarily mean there is awareness or consciousness in the human sense. The brain activity observed could be the result of residual electrical activity or reflex action rather than conscious thought. 5. The reports that Anne Boleyn tried to speak after she was beheaded are likely apocryphal or legendary. It's generally considered impossible for a decapitated head to speak due to the immediate loss of blood flow and oxygen to the brain. These stories likely originated from the natural twitching or movement that can occur in a body after death, which can sometimes be mistaken for signs of life. 6. The last execution by guillotine took place in France in 1977. The person executed was Hamida Jandoubi, who was convicted of torture and murder. This was the last time the guillotine was used as a method of execution in any Western country. The guillotine, once seen as a symbol of the French Revolution and a more humane method of execution, fell out of favor as attitudes towards capital punishment changed over time. 7. The ancient Romans had a gruesome execution method known as poena culae. The condemned person was sewn up in a leather sack with a variety of live animals, including dogs, snakes, monkeys, and chickens, and then thrown into a body of water. This punishment was usually reserved for parricides, those who killed their parents or other close relatives. 8. Scaphism was a horrific execution method allegedly used by the ancient Persians. The condemned person was force-fed milk and honey and then left exposed to the elements. Insects would be attracted to the mixture and the person would be slowly eaten alive. This method of execution is a testament to the extreme lengths that societies have gone to in the past to punish those they deemed criminals. 9. The Romans reportedly used a torture method where they would have goats lick the feet of the victim. The victim's feet were soaked in salt water, which the goat would then lick off. The rough tongue of the goat would eventually cause severe pain and injury to the feet. This method of torture underscores the creativity and cruelty that can be involved in methods of punishment. 10. The Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland originally used real skeletons, which were donated by the UCLA Medical Center. However, these have since been replaced with replicas. The reason for the initial use of real skeletons was that the replicas available at the time were not very realistic. As technology improved, the real skeletons were returned to their countries of origin and laid to rest. This fact highlights the evolution of theme park attractions and the ethical considerations involved in their design. And that's a wrap, my fellow history buffs and brain enthusiasts. Remember, truth is stranger than fiction, especially when it involves fridges, hallucinations, and bug-infested punishments. Like, subscribe and hit that notification bell for more mind-bending content. Until next time, stay curious.